In the women's strawweight division, Alexandra Stitch Albu versus Emily Spitfire Whitmire. 116, the official weight for Emily Whitmire. And her opponent, still undefeated, Alexandra Albu. 114.5, the official weight for Alexandra Albu. All right, next up in the bantamweight division, Henan the Baron Barao versus Cool Hand Luke Sanders. 135 and a hook, the official weight for Luke Sanders. And his opponent is the former UFC bantamweight champion. Please welcome Henan Barao. 138, the official weight for Henan Barao, 2 points over the bantamweight limit. He was fined 20% of his purse. All right, back now to the strawweight division. Jessica Penne versus Jodie Escobar. 115.5, the official weight for Jodie Escobar. And her opponent, making her 5th UFC appearance tomorrow night, please welcome Jessica Penne. 118 for Jessica Penne, 2 pounds over the strawweight limit. She will be fined 20% of her purse. All right, now we get to the ESPN prelims. These next 4 fights can be seen live on ESPN. First up in the lightweight division, Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman versus Nick the Carney Lentz. First fighter to the scale, making his 22nd UFC appearance, Nick Lentz. 155.5, the official weight for Nick Lentz. And his opponent, making his 8th UFC appearance, Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. 156 for Scott Holtzman. All right, moving on now to the women's flyweight division. Ashley Rebel Girl Evans Smith versus Andrea KGB Lee. 125.5 for Andrea Lee. And her opponent, currently ranked number 12 in the world at flyweight, Ashley Evans Smith. 126, the official weight this morning for Ashley Evans Smith. All right, our next prelim is in the UFC bantamweight division. Benito Golden Boy Lopez versus Manny Bermudez. 140 pounds. The official weight for Manny Bermudez, 4 pounds over the bantamweight limit. He was fined 30% of his purse. And his opponent, also undefeated, the Golden Boy Benito Lopez. 135.5 for Benito Lopez. All right, that brings us to our featured prelim on ESPN in the bantamweight division. Jimmy Rivera versus Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling. 136, the official weight for Aljo. And his opponent, the number 5 ranked bantamweight in the world, Jimmy Rivera. 135, the official weight for Jimmy Rivera. All right, with that, we get to the main card for UFC Fight Night live on ESPN. First up, in the featherweight division, Andre Touchy-Feely versus Miles Fury Jury. 146 for Miles Jury. And his opponent, also making his 12th UFC appearance tomorrow night, Andre Feely. 145.5 for Andre Feely. All right, next up in the UFC's welterweight division, Vicente, the Silent Assassin Luque versus Brian Bam Bam Barberena. 170.5 for Brian Barberena. And his opponent, the Silent Assassin, Vicente Luque. 171, the official weight for Vicente Luque. All right, next up, we got a good one in the UFC's featherweight division. Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres versus Chrome Gracie. First fight, 146, the official weight for Chrome Gracie. And his opponent tomorrow night makes his 20th UFC start, Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres. 146 for Mr. Caceres. That brings us to a featured bout in the strawweight division. Courtney Cast Iron Casey versus Cynthia Calvillo. 116, the official weight for Cynthia Calvillo. And her opponent, repping the MMA lab right here in Phoenix, Arizona, Courtney Cast Iron Casey. 116 for Courtney Casey. All right, with that fine backdrop, we get to the co-main event in the UFC's lightweight division. James the Texecutioner Vick versus the Irish Dragon, Paul Felder. 155 and a hook for Paul Felder. And his opponent, number 10 in the world, the Texecutioner, James Vick. 156 for James Vick. First fighter to the scale, the former two-time UFC heavyweight champion, the Arizona State Sun Devil, Cain Velasquez. 248, the official weight for Cain Velasquez. And his opponent, the number 3 ranked heavyweight contender, former world title challenger, the Predator, Francis Ngannou. 258 pounds, the official weight for Francis Ngannou. All right, first we will grab a minute with the former two-time UFC heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez, Arizona's finest. Welcome home. This has got to feel pretty good, man.
It feels great. I'm going to feed off all your energy tomorrow. It starts tomorrow on the way to the top.
There he is. Oh, that's tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, Cain Velasquez. And we step over here and talk to this mountain of a man, Francis Ngannou. Congrats on another UFC main event. You seem to like the booze. Your thoughts on what we're going to see here tomorrow night?
Yes. I want to hear the crowd tomorrow night. I mean, it doesn't matter how they're here, but I want to hear them tomorrow night. And they're like going to be surprised. From there.
We wish you all the best. There he is, Francis Ngannou. Phoenix, Arizona, we love you. Thank you all for coming to the weigh-in. We'll see you at the talking stick for the fights tomorrow night.